Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today in this session we are going to discuss about Dijkstra's algorithm. We are going to solve a question using Dijkstra's algorithm. So this algorithm is basically used to find out the shortest distance from one particular node, which is known as the source, to all the other nodes of the graph. So for example, let's say I have a graph over here, 1, 2, 3, and let's say 4. We have 4 nodes over here. Okay, so now when I say I need to find the shortest distance from 1 to all the nodes, to all the other nodes of the graph, that is from 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, I can do so. I can find these distances using Dijkstra's algorithm. So it is also known as shortest source, single source shortest path. And how we do that, we are going to see in this video. So let's solve that with the help of an example. So here I have a graph with 5 vertices, 5 nodes, okay? And we are going to apply Dijkstra's algorithm to this to find out the shortest distance from A, which is our source, to all the other nodes of the graph. And so how do we do that? First of all, we make this table, right, which I already made. This is at initial stage. What do we have over here is that the shortest distance from A to A is 0, okay, because the shortest distance to reach the same point where I'm standing right now should be 0, and the shortest distance to reach all the other nodes from A initially is infinity, because we have not processed any node, we have not visited any node, so initially it is infinity. Okay, so now what we are going to do is basically we are going to visit these nodes one by one, and we are going to try to find the shortest distance to these nodes starting from A. And in this process we are going to keep on updating this shortest distance element. Whenever we get a shorter distance than the entry present in the table, and we are going to also update this previous vertex, which represents the vertex with the help of which we are able to reach this particular node. So just we can say ascendant of this, just a one step ascendant, you can say. Okay, so that is known as the previous vertex. We'll see gradually how, when we solve this example. And also we are going to maintain two lists, which is this visited and unvisited list. In the visited list we are going to keep on adding the vertices which we visit, and initially all the nodes are present in the unvisited list. Okay, so now we start with this. So we start with processing A. I mark it as processed, and when we process, what will happen? So yeah, when we process, we mark it as visited, we insert it over here in this list, okay, and I remove it from the unvisited list. And from A we try to reach the other nodes. We get to know that we can reach B using this path with a distance of 6. So which is, so initially to reach A, what was the cost? The cost was 0. So the cost to reach B from A is 0 plus 6, which is 6, which is less than this infinity. So we are going to update that. We are going to write 6, and we were able to reach this by A. Okay, so that's what I meant by previous vertex. And similarly we are also able to reach D. Okay, we are able to reach D at a cost of 0 plus 1, which is 1, which is less than infinity as well. So we are going to update this as well, and we are going to write it as 1, and we are going to write the previous vertex as A. Okay, so now which node to process next? We'll choose a node with a smaller shortest distance value. Okay, so among 1 and 6, 1 is smaller, so we'll process D next. So I'll write D over here in the visited nodes, remove it from the unvisited list. Okay. So now next, since I'm processing D, I'll mark it as visited and I'll try to reach the other nodes using D. So from D, if I try to reach B, what is the cost? The cost is, there is a path, this, and the cost is what? The cost is 1 plus 2, which is 3. So now again 3 is smaller than 6, which is already present in the table. So we'll update that. Okay, so I update it over here. I also update it over here as 3. 1 plus 2, 3. 3, and the previous vertex now changes to D because we reached B using D. Okay. Okay, next we explore the other edges. So if I use this edge, I am able to reach E at a cost 1 plus 1, this 1 plus 1, which is 2. So with cost 2, I am able to reach E, which is definitely lesser than infinity. So I'll update this value to 2 and D. So can I reach any other node using D right now? No, there is no other direct edge from D to any other node. So therefore we are also done with D. So next, which element are we going to process? Again in the table over here, we can check the shortest distances. We'll check the node with the least distance and which is unprocessed. So among B and E has smaller distance cost, which is 2. So we'll start with E next. Okay. So I take this out from the unvisited list, insert it into the visited list, mark it visited, and start with E now. Okay. So from E, if I try to reach B, the cost is 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, which is 4, which is greater than, which is larger than this value 3. So we'll not update it and we'll not traverse this edge. Okay, so we'll not update the value. So we'll check for other possibilities. So when I check for C, I am able to reach C using this edge, and the cost is 2 plus 5, which is 7, which is smaller than this infinity. So I am going to update this definitely. So 7 and the previous vertex is E. Okay. Yeah. So then, is there any other edge which is going out from E? No, there is no other edge. So that means we are done with E and we need to proceed to the next element. So the next element in the unvisited list is B and C. So we need to choose a node from B to C, B and C. So among B and C, the node with shortest distance is B. So that means we are going to process B next. So I'll remove B from the unvisited list, add it to the visited list and mark it visited, and then I'm going to process the edges connected with B. So when we check with this edge B to A, we check that the cost to reach A from B is 3 plus 6, which is 9, which is larger than the initial distance value present over there, 0. So we'll not update that. Then we'll check for D. The cost is 3 plus 2, 5, which is again larger than 1. So we'll not update that as well. We'll check for E, which is 3 plus 2, 5, which is again larger than 2. So we'll not update that as well. We'll check for C, which is 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3, 8, which is again larger than 7. So we'll not update this as well. So there is no change in the table with B. So there is no change performed, and we have also checked all the other possibilities. So we are done with B also. So next we have the last element, last node left. We'll take that out, C. We'll take C out. We'll insert it in the visited list. Our unvisited list is now empty. We'll mark it as visited and we'll check for the possibilities. Now there are only two edges connected with C. So we'll check if we have any updations to be performed in the table. So when we try to reach E from C, it is 7 plus 5, which is 12, which is more than 2. We'll not update that entry. And if we try to reach B, we have 7 plus 5, which is 12 again, which is more than 3. So we are not going to update that entry as well. So we are done with this question with all the nodes, and this is our final table of shortest distances from A to all the other nodes. So that means what are these values now specifying? They are specifying that from A, if I want to reach B, the shortest distance is 3, the smallest cost is 3. From A, if I want to reach C, then the smallest cost is 7. If I want to reach D, the smallest cost is 1. From A, if I want to reach E, the smallest cost is 2. So that's all for this particular question. Now I would like to specify that this is a very important question, and we have recently seen some of the questions which are similar to this in GATE question papers. Specifically, I'm going to discuss a GATE 2020 question in my next video, which is related to this. They have given a similar version of Dijkstra's algorithm. They have not specified um the name specifically that use Dijkstra's algorithm, but they've just asked you to find the shortest distance between two particular nodes. So just remember when they asked to find shortest distance between two particular nodes, you can use Dijkstra's algorithm over there, because in this, if I let's say want to find the distance from A to D, I could have, when I am done with D, I could have specified the distance over here, that the distance is 1. So from this table, basically I can give the distance from A to all the other nodes of this graph, right? So therefore this can be used in that version as well. So we'll discuss that question in that video in my upcoming videos. Till then, stay tuned, keep practicing. If you like this video, please like it. If you have visited my channel for the first time, please subscribe it and press the bell icon over there for the notifications of the new videos that I make. Thank you for your support. Thank you very much.